We are with Daniel Tamas from WAM. Can you tell us about your journey as a serial entrepreneur and how it led you to where you are today?
Uh, I think the interview is short enough to give you the highlights, but I think the story would be longer. I started my career in gaming in 2017 in Cluj. We had no money, no investors, we had no idea what was going on, but we kept pushing towards, let's say, a dream of building something that is meaningful enough and profitable enough to exist. And I've been doing that for the past 15 years. In 2019, we launched WAM as the first version.
WAM or WAM?
Well, given that we're from Transylvania, sometimes it's WAM, sometimes it's WAM. It stands for World Arcade Machine, and we are proud to say that now we're the biggest play and earn crypto gaming platform in Eastern Europe. I would say Europe, but then I would sound cocky on TV. We were the number one DApp on BNB chain, but the bragging comes later. So we launched in 2019. We, let's say, gathered the team to build this awesome thing all through 2020. We raised the traditional pre-seed round from Voico Oprian, who's the CEO of Varobs. He was crazy enough to believe in our craziness as well. And in 2021, we made the switch to crypto because we saw the opportunity of first financing ourselves, but when we did, we discovered a very big blue ocean that we can capture, and the journey will continue onwards.
Can you explain to us what sets WAM apart from other esports platforms out there?
There are many things. First of all, we were focused on giving a good user experience. Second, only portrait games in tournament mode. So people come to WAM to play tournaments to win digital assets and status, digital assets like the WAM token and NFTs. And our primary focus is to give people the entertainment and the fun that they are after, and the earn part later on if they choose to actually do it. But games are supposed to be fun, they're supposed to be entertaining, and they're supposed to be about people who play with other people.
How has the gaming industry evolved since you first started building gaming startups, and where do you see it heading in the future?
I started when I was younger, so in 2017 seems like a very long time ago. Back then, Flash.
But it's
was
not.
king. Yeah, well. Flash was king back then. Then it came with HTML5. Then mobile games picked up really rapidly, and we do see the future of the gaming industry being very closely tied to Web3 blockchain and just new business models that rely on a new technology that allows people to do things that were not possible before. In a permissionless way, in a trustless way, you can do stuff cross-border with people from Latin America, Southeast Asia, Africa, anywhere in the world, with a level of access that was not possible. So I see the entire gaming industry, even though that right now they are most of the traditional guys are pushing back. We will, what we call crypto gaming today will be called gaming in 5 years. Exactly like now we speak about mail, but 10 years ago it was email. So it's the same thing.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in building and launching WAM, and how did you overcome them?
The biggest challenge was to get the right team and to get the right people that are crazy enough to join the journey, to understand what we're doing, to understand the opportunity, and to have the desire to actually build something that is of value. The second thing was to get the proper financing. The third thing was to get the proper backers, the honest backers, the ones that actually have the desire of backing companies that have a vision, have a product. We were one of the few companies that had the product before launching on crypto. We're not the guys that had a white paper and few designs and we're going to build this. We had it. We had the users, and we then saw a bigger opportunity in being in the blockchain space. And these are just simple challenges, but at the same time dealing with a bear market, dealing with customers that want instant gratification, challenges of finding the right resources and the right partnerships. But overcoming them is just a matter of relying on the team to work towards the solution together. So it's not. I'm not that smart. I'm just, let's say, I've experienced enough fuck ups just to understand where those are. But the team is much more talented and
Well, this I think this question, the next question, is in this field. As a consultant for various startups and government entities, what do you see as some of the most common mistakes made by early stage startups, and how can they be avoided?
one of the major mistakes is thinking they need money in order to start. Secondly, pitching their project to irrelevant people, and that brings down the motivation and the possibilities. Because if you preach to the wrong choir, you're going to get the wrong results. And thirdly, not having the team, the right team, the right mindset, the right culture, the right desire to build something that you can be proud of when you walk down the street, and people can just take you as an example and make something even better.
What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs who want to build a successful startup in gaming or esport industry?
I hate giving advice. We live
Okay, a piece of advice.
we live in a world where everybody gives advice, and that means most of people that give advice have not eaten their own cake. Usually, advice comes from experience, and if you can.
Then the big mistake, in order to not be an advice.
What I can say is just start, learn along the way, and find the right people who can guide you. So advice is needed, but where that advice comes from is a different story. And advice is valuable if the person or the people that give that advice have done the mistakes that sit behind the advice. Otherwise, it's just empty words.
Daniel, thank you so much for your interview at CryptoKTV.
Thank you as well.